Today's video is going to be a follow-up to the last video. It's going to be a real short one. We're going to put straps on the fuel cell that I installed in the last video. What we're going to be doing is making some straps that go basically right in this area here. The company reached out to me that offered up a tool that I was going to be able to use, and I decided I'd use it on this particular process or installation that I'm doing right now. And from the opening scene of this video, from the opening scene of the video, you could already see what we're doing here. We're going to be installing rivnuts so that we can put a fastener in that frame and not have to get to the back side of it with a nut. And we don't have to tap the frame either. So the three options are tap the metal that's there, which can be a pain, a nut on the back side through a through hole, or these nut certs. So I opted to go with the nut certs. So obviously they come with these nut certs already, and they have metric sizes and standard sizes. You can see we've got the M6, M8, M10, and then in standard we got 10/24, 1/4 20, 3/8 16, 5/16 18. While we're here, let's take a look inside the box. We have our operation manual, then we have the rivet tool, some mandrels, and you can see they're in the individual sizes. So we got M6, M8, M10, 1/4 20. I'm guessing this is the 10/24. Take a quick look at the instructions. So to change the mandrel, we're going to use this tool that came with it. Loosen the nut. So here you can see there is a pin here that's holding this mandrel in place. So push that in. It goes all the way through. So yeah, this pin goes all the way through. I didn't realize that, but it does go all the way through. So you lock your mandrel in place like that. So remove it, push this all the way through, pull the mandrel out, and we are going to be doing 1/4 20. So here, I don't know if you can see down in here, but there's also a ball bearing inside here. See that ball bearing in there? That's what catches this little groove. So put the 1/4 20 mandrel in. Get that pin in. All right, so we got the mandrel in, and we need to get the collar on. So the next thing I need to know, I already know I'm using the 1/4 20, but I need to know what size hole to drill in order to get this in there. So have a pair of calipers here. We are 350. So we'll see what that translates into drill bits. We're going to go old school and get Grandpa's drill bits that actually have the decimals on here. So we got a 344, then a 359. All right, we're going to grab one of those Rivnut inserts and see how close we are. I do believe we're gonna have to go up a size or two, but since we've already got these holes open, it shouldn't be too difficult to get them opened up a little more. Okay, I'll clean up the debris. We'll come back. I'll show you how this tool works. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna load this rib nut onto the shank here. And the idea is we're gonna squeeze these two together. It's gonna swedge this end right here. And after I'm done, I'll show you, I'll do this so you can see what it actually does. So, we're in the hole. I'm gonna squeeze right off, back this off. And there we have a 1/4 20 insert that we can just run a bolt into. So I actually have a 1/4 20 bolt right here. Not that this actually demonstrates anything, but there you go. Now that we have the inserts in and we have the fuel cell back in place, we'll hope our holes line up. This is what we were looking for, a way to get the fuel tank strapped in place. Well, I just wanted to bring you along on this process and show you this Hardell Rivnut setter. They call it a screw nut gun, but you know, it actually seems to be pretty easy to use. The ones that were out in the open were really easy. The ones in the back were a little more difficult, and that's partly on me. So just to recap, if you're doing metric, we've got M6, M8, M10. In standard, we have 1024, 1/4 20, 3/8 16, and 5/16 18. We're going to take a closer look at these nut certs. Here you can see the serration around the outside diameter of this. So what that's going to do is once this is swedged in place, it's not going to allow this to spin, which is important once you've got something tightened down and you want to take it out, or if you really kind of want to crank down on these, they're not going to turn. So what I want to do is install the rib nut into this piece of sheet metal like this. And I want to be able to show you what it does on the back side. So here's the rib nut tool. I want to find something to hold this up. So a C-clamp ought to do the trick. So here we're going to run this down, and we're doing that with this opened up. So I'll get this ran down on there. Okay. We're in the hole, seated. And then I'm just going to bring these handles together. Once that's swedged into place, you just back this out. Okay. So let's take a close look at it now so you can see what it looks like. So you can see here it's swedged out, and that's what's holding it from coming back through. Is basically we have a flange that we just made by crimping that tool. So now we can mount anything we want to this panel with a 1/4 20 fastener. So I also want to show you how to change these mandrels. You can see there's a pin in here. We just need to push that out. And we're going to be putting back the 1024 mandrel. So you take this piece that was supplied, the tool, take this nut off the top, push this pin out, like that, pull the mandrel. Here's the 1024 mandrel, drop it into place, and you can probably see in there there's a ball bearing, and that catches the groove on this pin. So we just get that lined up, put the pin in, get it reinserted, and the mandrel's in. And then we just put this collar on, make sure we picked up the right one. And then tighten this. And that's all there is to changing the mandrel. And I'm done with what I needed to do, so I'm going to pack it up. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video.